Alright, so as this first video, it's about middle school crushes. As the intro, everyone mentioned in the story has had their name changed to nothing close to their real name, so unless you know, you won't know. This applies for this video and any other videos I make afterwards, unless I say otherwise. So crushes are something in my life that I've had a good amount of time obsessing over, but over time I became less and less interested in having any. Nowadays, if I like someone that much, I would just usually go ask them out and keep it pushing, at least most of the time, or I just think they're cute and just never do anything about it. Now middle school me, it's a completely different story. I wasn't crushing on girls left and right per se, but I did tend to crush on girls for a long time. As you could probably tell, I was never the most confident person in my middle school era, so you would never catch me asking a girl out at the time. When I was still going to middle school, I was the type of person that would always be on their phone or having my head down so I wouldn't have to make eye contact with anyone or have that awkward stare or whatever, probably because I had a lot of anxiety, but that's a topic for later. My first crush, for the reason explained earlier, her name is Summer. She was this fine, tall, dark-skinned girl, mad thick, and she was pretty sporty because she liked volleyball and eventually got on the volleyball team. Now, I knew Summer for the longest out of any of my crushes, and I had been crushing on her specifically since 2nd or 3rd grade around that time. But once we got to high school, I would almost never see her, which didn't do me any favors, so. Only times I could even glance at her was in the lunch line, and that was about it. And then of course I had her Insta and whatever, but never talked because I was a pussy. Anyways, I would regret not asking her then because she ended up moving away like the last year of middle school, so that was fun. I was a bit hurt, but we managed to keep in contact, so it wasn't the worst thing ever. So probably like late high school we were texting more, so I decided to tell her I had a crush on her when we were younger and all. And you want to know something ironic? She told me she had a crush on me too, and not gonna lie, my heart was hurt after hearing that. But I toughed it out and we reminisced about middle school, elementary school, and talked a little bit more, and we eventually met up later and we went on about kinda 2 dates. I'll give more context on that later. Anyways, now with the other crush, you could say I had absolutely zero riz at display whatsoever. Like, it was embarrassing. Now, as some setup for this one, I had this friend named Kenji who just effortlessly talked to all the girls. Bro had every single girl just coming up to him and talking to him casually, and like, it was crazy. Like, bro just had that, like, he was that guy in terms of confidence. But like, we was about the same height, we were both pretty nerdy over games and stuff, and we both sat next to each other and all that. So it was like, what was I doing wrong compared to bro? But that's whatever. I could never find out the reason for all that, but so me, Kenji, and my crush, Bailey, that was in that class. And here's the layout of the room. The room for the seats was like in the shape of a U. And me and Kenji would sit next to each other, We sat right in front of the teacher, while Bailey and her little group sat behind us. So that was like the whole little group of that class specifically, that we all talked to each other most of the time and all that. But let me tell you, bro, like, Bailey, she was the finest girl in the whole grade, at least in my opinion. Like, she wasn't like, she didn't have like body like crazy, but she was like mad pretty in the face, and like her stature was pretty petite, whatever you say. I don't know how to say it correctly, but her face, 10 out of 10, period. And her personality was pretty cute, and that had me head over heels, bro, let me tell you. Anyways, now we were just friends during the beginning of the year, which started after she had asked me for a gusher I had while just eating randomly in class one time. And I didn't expect it, but after she asked for that gusher, I gave it to like the 2 other dudes too, because they also asked, and then we just started talking more and we became friends after that. Then in the middle of the year, for like a week and a little bit more, I had gotten into my first relationship, which we know how that would end. What happened was she asked me out at the dance that we had earlier, and yeah, it didn't last long. That was a fun canon event to experience, but anyways, my attention had turned onto Bailey, of course, because bad as hell. But so after talking a lot to Kenji about it, I gained more confidence than usual and decided to go tell Bailey that I liked her in text. Now, asking someone out in text isn't inherently bad, but I always find it to be better in the long run to ask someone in person. It just gives off more confidence, and you ain't gotta wait like sitting there on your phone like scared if they gonna even reply to your message, because like you asking them out in real life, you're like, hey, can you go out with me? It's either yes or no, ill, whatever, it doesn't matter. But it's like in the now, you ain't gotta wait for it. So anyways, I end up texting her saying, hey, I think I like you. Then I waited some time, of course, and she replies, yeah, I think you're pretty cool too. which had me guessing like she didn't know exactly what I meant. So I go back in and I tell her like, no, I have feelings for you. And you wanna know what text I got back? Only thing she said was two letters. Oh. And man, let me tell you, getting rejected like that felt embarrassing as hell, but I got over it pretty quick. Afterwards, me and Bailey didn't talk much and then just eventually drifted apart. That happens. Now, in the present, I still have Summer added. We're still pretty cool as friends and all that. And if she sees this, hey, wait, I had a fun time hanging out with you, but Bailey, I don't even have her added or anything. I cannot guess to what is happening to her or what. So that's cool. Anyways, ending. I hope y'all learn to gain some more confidence, unlike me and Ags, whoever you like out, because life is too short to be playing these games, y'all. You cannot be doing this, having a crush and sitting there on it for like months or even a year. And you follow what I say, not what I do type shit. Anyway, just as a reminder, wanted to tell you guys to make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I just started Instagram and a TikTok, so I'm gonna be posting those for you guys to go down there and follow those too for updates when I'm post new videos and etc. And what I hope to do with this channel is to probably do stuff like, of course, post like stories of my life, exciting stuff, probably like for college parties, stuff like that, you know, just like to keep it fun, keep it light. Or I might just post some other stuff too, like some YouTube shorts of like a YouTuber saying something or doing something, and then like I animate it or something like that. But that's gonna be like when I like get better at animation. For right now, we're chilling. Anyways, see y'all.